Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch, welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network. We have a few exciting news updates for you today. 4 weeks out from the 2024 Arnold Classic, some side-by-sides of Hadi Choopan and Samson Dauda, as well as a conversation about John Delarosa, and my prediction for James Hollingshead being top 5 at the Arnold Classic, as well as a update from Akim Williams. So if you're interested in any of those, and I'll let Totoro go in the closet, if you're interested in any of those, make sure you stay tuned and consider subscribing. But we have one of the ladies and gentlemen, one of the very few updates we've gotten from Akim Williams as he's it's like 28 days out, 4 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, 4 weeks out from the Arnold Classic. And I'm going to say it now in case I don't say it coming into the show. If I don't say it anymore coming into the next 4 weeks, I think Akim is definitely behind. He's not showing anything. And typically we get a little bit of physique updates, usually from his little the yoga room with the grass. If you remember from the Olympia, we got to see some updates, and we're just not really getting anything from him. So I have to think that he's either going to blow us away with the best version we've seen of him in the last few years, or he's very behind and he's going to be in the last call out. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, Samson Dauda. This guy is continuing to improve as we are almost getting into the 3-week mark. We're just under 5 weeks coming into 4. We're getting close, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting really close to the show. Samson's looking phenomenal. You can start to see a little bit more detail than we did at week 5. The quad, the striations on the sides, those kind of like those deep separations lines that we really want to see from him. I'm also going to say that the last photos we just looked at were probably the first photos we've seen from Samson where they're somewhat cooked. A little bit of filters, perfect lighting, dropping the exposure, maybe pumping up the structure, right? Messing with the fades. So nothing wrong with somebody making the photos look nicer, but Samson's good because he really doesn't do that very often. So we don't have to question whether or not those videos or those photos are cooked, because you can clearly tell they are. We don't have to be like, oh, what does he look like without being cooked? But I digress. Anyways, Samson and Hadi, Samson's really starting to impress me. The structure, the flow, Hadi's midsection is, I think it needs to get a little tighter. He needs a tan as well. So a lot of the details are going to really start to show for Hadi in the next 4 weeks with the conditioning and with the tan. Now, James Hollingshead, this guy is just impressing me. Every single update I get to see from him, I'm just more and more impressed. And I'm going to say it now, again, kind of like how I put a prediction out for Akim in the beginning of the video. I'm going to continue to promote, and I'm going to continue to advertise James Hollingshead as a top 5 competitor at this Arnold Classic in USA, in the Ohio one. I think he's definitely putting himself in a category of being more conditioned than some of the other competitors. And also with the time off with his gyno surgery and taking that whole year off, he's had a phenomenal opportunity to put on some extra muscle with that extended off season. So we can clearly tell that the muscle is staying on the frame. And I think that new muscle and this perfected conditioning is going to set him apart from someone like John Delarosa. Now, John is a top 2, top 3 competitor in an open show, tier 1 and tier 2 pro shows. But I will say, ladies and gentlemen, but, a lot of buts here. I think he's behind. Now, he does have 4 weeks to continue to improve upon the package we're seeing right now, but this is not what I would like to see from a competitor who wants to be a first call out. When you look at who is the best bodybuilders, we just showed some photos and collages from him a second ago. He put him in his first call out. I think even Daniel from Bodybuilders Without Borders put him in the top 6. So if John Delarosa wants to be in that conversation, if he wants to get those comparisons next to Samson, next to Hadi, those are huge names at the Olympia. Rafael Brandao, top 10 guy. If John wants to get these comparisons, if John wants to look good, he needs to dial it in. He needs to get a lot sharper than what we're seeing right now. Of course, that's just conjecture. Those are my thoughts. But ladies and gentlemen, that is a quick quick news update for all the news for today. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing. I'm your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network, Josh Sanch. Check out the description for all the links and our link to our Patreon, where you can vote on what exclusive content you'd like to see. I gotta know what you want before I post it. So otherwise you're going to get 30 minutes of me rambling. So check it out. Check out the link. Vote. Let me know what you want to see. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in the next one.